Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking About Marathon Episode 2. If you haven't watched the first YouTube video, I highly recommend going and watching it, because we'll be talking a little bit about other things in this episode than the last one. So go check out the other one, the first one. It will be in the description down below. So check that one out, because we're going to be talking about different things here. One thing we will be touching back on today is the aim assist. Can you believe that? Aim assist. We're going to be talking about aim assist. Who would have thought? But yeah, good news about that though. The devs actually decided to listen to the community and actually remove aim assist. So in this next following update for Marathon Alpha, they're removing aim assist. And you know I'm going to be playing that. Which, if you want to watch me play, twitch.tv/itch_gdog right here. And in the description down below. So if you want to see how the game plays without aim assist, come stop by. But thank the Lord, Bungie, thank you guys so much for actually listening to the community, because that's a big thing. A lot of companies don't do that, and I get really happy when companies actually do that. I've seen a lot of people bitching about this, and thank God they're actually removing it. So, W Bungie. Now this next thing really isn't a big deal to me, but you either agree or you disagree. It's really no big deal. Anyway, we're going to be talking about factions and, quests in them. So at the moment, you can only pin one faction quest, which I think is kind of buns, honestly, because like you go into a run and one of them is like shoot down supplies. Well, I hate to break it to you, most of the people will shoot them down almost immediately once they spawn in. Literally a team spawns at like any POI. So if you just don't spawn at that one, where it's like, you're out of luck and you just can't do any other quests. And it sucks. It sucks. Let me do multiple things, because if I get cucked out of one challenge, I have an option to do another one. I shouldn't just have to run around the map. Oh, no drone. Oh, time to leave, and just get nothing done. It just kind of blows, and I really hope they, make it so you can pin multiple quests or, faction quests. Even if they don't want to do it that way, can you at least make it so, like, you can ping multiple for the same faction? I'd understand if you don't want to do it for the multiple different factions, considering there's 6 of them. But, like, can you at least, like, let me ping or like track multiple for the same contract at least? Come on, that's all I ask. Now, another thing I was going to talk about was the knife, but honestly, the more naked runs I do, and I kind of just have been using really only the knife, the more I kind of backtrack on what I was originally thinking with it. Because when I was first using it, I was like, wow, this thing is really weak. It does like 1 heavy attack and like 3-4 medium attacks, or sorry, light attacks to kill someone, which realistically is kind of crazy to me. But in the clip at the beginning of this video that you guys are watching, I did kill someone kind of quickly with the knife, which is nice. But to be fair, he was also overheated. And if you're watching it, it does take a second for him to die. I feel like, me personally, if I close the distance with someone with a knife, I should be rewarded for that. I don't know if anyone else, has that like opinion or anything. I would like to definitely know what you guys think like is fair with a knife. Do you think it should do more damage? Do you think it should be less damage? Or do you think you should be rewarded for closing that distance? Do you think you should be punished just because you enter a run with nothing? Like, what do you guys think? I'm very curious to hear about that, because there, a lot of people could have different talks and opinions about that. But I personally think if I close the distance, I should be rewarded. Now, the knives don't have to do an insane damage, but I want it to feel rewarding when I kill someone with a knife, and it doesn't feel like that. I feel like I have to spam my mouse button in order to kill them, and that just kind of sucks. Now, another thing I would love to talk about is people need to understand this game is in its alpha state. Now, they talked about having a beta, so it's going to go alpha, beta, and then probably the base game, which, I'm excited for. Hopefully I'll be able to get into the beta. Hopefully they let people who are in the alpha go into the beta, just so they have a better, better feedback. But one thing I've been seeing people talk about is how unfinished this game is. I don't know if that's crazy to anyone else, but like, yeah, it's unfinished. It's unfinished. It's in the alpha. They need feedback. I saw someone make a complaint where it was like, they were talking about the aim assist, and then someone was like, well, yeah, it's good to have feedback and everything. And, and the dude was like, it's not. The game's finished. It's been in development for 6 years. And I'm like, dude, that is the dumbest take I think I've ever heard. This game is finally getting information back from the public. You saying that might be just absolutely brain dead. Like, yeah. They have no opinions on it from no one until this alpha. That's what we're doing as playing it. We're trying to give feedback to make the game better, And that's a partially reason why I'm talking about this. I want to see what you guys think about it and everything. And maybe, who knows, maybe a dev will see this and, be like, wow, this guy's a fucking idiot. Hopefully not. That would kind of suck. But, I was just joking. Anyway, this is the alpha. People are treating it like it's the base game. They're not. They've been talking about there's a lack in cosmetics. There's a lack in skin customization. It's like, no shit. I'm seeing people who are like prominent in the gaming community talk about this. Like, what are you talking about? You guys have been playing games for so long. Do you not know what an alpha is? This is my first alpha, and I know this game is there's so much it needs to work on. That is why we are playing the alpha, to tell them what they need to know and what they need to fix, like the aim assist, and they're fixing it. They know. They already talked about adding skins. They already talked about adding customizations and all that into the base game. Guys, can we think? Can we think for 1 second, please? It's just like, you got a bunch of man babies out here talking about, this game isn't flash enough, it doesn't have Valorant ass skins. It is in alpha! It is so irritating. But yeah, besides that, I mean, this game is great. I've really been enjoying it, playing it, and I know when this aim assist is gone, holy moly, when this aim assist is gone, I'm gonna enjoy it much more, because I can feel like I can actually win my fights and not be bullshitted out of a victory. Hooray! But yeah, if you were able to get into the alpha, I hope you had a great time playing it. I know it's gonna wrap up here in a couple of days, but yeah, so I'll catch you guys around, and hopefully I'll be making some more content of this game in the future. So see you guys later.